Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the Outer Worlds. Let's see if we can finish the main quest segment thing. Well, no, because we're doing the robots, aren't we? First, we're doing the robot place. All right. So, I know there's a robot over there. We might as well take care of that. I know there's also something in there to explore. So we'll take care of the things outside first. I have to admit, the shock cannon worked pretty well. Alright. I want to stick with this for this place. Are those all individual notes? They look like they might all be individual notes. I'm not seeing... Oh no, those two are the same. And I think that one and that one is the same. So yeah, there's definitely some repetition. Still, pretty nice. Not gonna lie. Another grenade launcher, not bad. Go to sneak.
Okay, gone quiet.
I'm not going to divert power just yet.
Mr. Thompson said to talk with Miss McDevitt before doing anything here?
Yeah, I am. I'm just going to look it over first. Nothing wrong with a little bit of recon. I mean, you're mainly looking for the item for... Well, so that's the Emerald Veil Reed, so I probably would have come into the other one. We're mainly looking for that logic device. Oh, shoot!
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm liking the shock cannon versus robots. Not gonna lie. Yeah. Seems like things might have gone a tad awry here. Just a tad. But I'm definitely going to have to make a note to not go in here because it messes with the main quest. When I do a proper Let's Play, proper immersive Let's Play. Because I mainly was just going in here for the logic drive. I didn't know it was, I didn't think it would affect the main quest and do a skip segment. Can't get in there because I don't have any mag picks. Can I fix that? Because I know there was a vending machine right over here, wasn't there? Can I just get some mag picks? Well, I can buy ammo. I definitely need as much ammo as I can get. Now, where would it be? Elite Trooper armor. Not gonna lie. Looks pretty impressive. Ordnance control armor. Again, not bad. But where was it? Yeah, that's restricted stock, which I can't get access to just yet. Yeah, I'm not seeing mag picks in here. Alright. That sucks. And that's gotta be master controls? Look like master controls. So then going down, I guess. Ooh, that can't get in there. Yeah, don't have enough mag picks for that either. Walk-away room. Yeah, don't have the passcode for that. That's in lockdown. Nope. Not close enough. Bingo bango. Always check the corners. Speaking of which, can I actually get into this corner? No.
Unexpected.
Incoming!
Shoot.
Searching for.
Everyone all right?
Yeah, definitely like this shock cannon, but need a bit more range. Let's see if I actually still have in my inventory the shock pistol. 'Cause that might be the better option. Yeah, I think that might be the better option. So, doorway into there. That looks promising. Riot control armor. No. It's low level armor. Heavy power armor, Hephaestus. Well, let's go up the stairs first. Ooh, no, can't get in there. And am I gonna guess right? Yeah, that'll take me into there, so let's see what our options are. Let's check out the green room, shall we?
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational. Combat systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice.
You made it out of the
All
junkyard.
systems fully operational. Return journey successfully completed. Spacer's Choice would like to thank you for complying with your duties.
So why aren't you attacking me?
Hostile actions towards Spacer's Choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with Spacer's Choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist.
Wait. Let me get this straight. You want to help me destroy other automechanicals?
Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Confirmation granted, my friend. I like the sound of that. Oh no, that's just onto here. So that actually goes deeper in. Barred. So I actually can't get into there. Alright. So really here for the logic module, really more than anything else. Because obviously this is going to mess with the main quest if I do anything else. So I kind of want to avoid that, so...
No, just leave me alone. Not real. You're not real.
Oh, hi, Jeremy. Nearly shot you in the back.
No, just leave me alone.
Can't get in there. Need more mag picks.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Okay then, so alternate route.
Go away, Phantom. Go away, Phantom. No, just leave me alone.
Sounds like Jeremy's doing his job.
No, just leave me alone. Go away, Phantom. Not real. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram.
I wasn't trying to startle you. Most people don't see me coming.
Most people? But I'm the only one left. No. Remember your first rule, Higgins. No arguing with the Phantoms. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
You're not imagining me.
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
How long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
What exactly do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You were an engineer.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you worked on these automechanicals, you must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with mechanicals. I made it this far, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanicals follow the behavior of the logic module. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Any idea where I can find a logic module?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
I want to ask you something.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
How have you been surviving all this time?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
You ate the sprats.
Braised. Boiled. Charred. Skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
What happened to this place?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
And you weren't killed? How could this have happened?
You mean why did the mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
Does my map actually give me any details on the logic board? It doesn't look like it does. So yeah, if I go to the 5th level, in one of the side rooms, it looks like, is where I'll find the logic module. That's really the only reason I'm here. I really don't want to mess with the main quest just yet. can't get in there. If I want to get in there, I might need to go do the main quest, because I don't think I'm getting in there, to be honest. Yeah, I don't have the hack to get in there. Or the lockpicking, rather. Alright. We're at a bit of an impasse. Let's go with the main quest then. Which way is that? East? Yeah, it's not gonna work. Oh, shoot! Okay then. Mental note. Watch where you're going. Though I definitely have much better gear now than I had before. Yeah, I'm just heading in completely the wrong direction, aren't I? Alright, let's recenter ourselves. Other way. Yeah, the double spacebar dodge doesn't really seem to work. Not gonna lie.
Gosh, that's clever.
So you tried hacking a combat drone, and it myrtleized you. Can't say as I'm disappointed. Or wasn't expecting that. Now I'm facing the right way. Again, why am I not able to sprint? I am not... Yep, I am over encumbered. Okay. Bolt or pistol now? Yeah, I'm over encumbered. That's why. Okay, fine. Am I heading the right way? I'm heading the right way.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
I should probably put the gun away, shouldn't I? Alright.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
I'm looking for Adelaide. Need some answers.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Reed said something about former workers living out in the wilderness.
Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Where can I find Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Marauders?
You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Upbeat? A little strange? Love Rizzo's? Yeah, I met Zoe. She was at a marauder camp.
Thank the Eternal. Wait, marauder camp? Is she alright?
She's become one of them. Calls herself Queen of the Marauders.
Queen of the Marauders, huh? That's what comes of watching serials. Rots your gray. If you could bring her home, I'd be obliged. And if you could cross off some marauders on the way, I'd be much obliged.
I got some questions about Zoe.
I'll tell you what I can.
How do you know her?
Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
You seem so personal. Can't imagine how you didn't get on with her.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
Let's change the subject.
What is it?
I think that's it. Do I have this as a fast travel point? I now have this as a fast travel point. Well, since I am over encumbered and I can fast travel while over encumbered. Let's just get rid of our excess inventory and then fast travel back here and pick up where we left off. There's the cantina. I'm not really concerned about the cantina. I'm more interested in the general store.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
We should keep our voices down.
There's the general store.
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass.
Just keep working. Work fortifies the spirit.
Spacer's Choice, the brand of choice for spacers on a budget. Music to my ears.
He's got more ammo and he's got more mag picks. Nothing really of note, though. I have insufficient bits to purchase Maxwell's Choice, even though I got a 19% discount. Ah, well. Do I have 2 plasma rifles? I have 2 plasma rifles. That should do it, actually. So yeah, if I go to the cantina, it's right next to the cantina, because you can always find the cantina. So while I'm here... There was a building that had something on the roof. That's probably in, like, the Marauder camp. Ah, well. Anyway. We did what we needed to do. No longer over encumbered. She's over there. Let's see. What do we got?
Keep your wits about you,
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Where's Thomas? I want to talk to Thomas.
okay? If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Oh, is that Thomas? The guy hanging against the oh no, it's just a tree.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Ah, there's Thomas.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
Trying to get my ship off the ground.
Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we? Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Never too late to start learning. I can give you a couple pointers.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
You mentioned 2 pads. What about the 3rd?
I wish I knew. I wager the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the 3rd's gone, I can't say.
I expect a fair price for my trouble.
I'll pay you for every pad you bring me. If, by some miracle, you can bring me the full set, I'll give you something pretty I've been saving for a lucky day.
Well then, today's your lucky day, because I got one of those data pads you wanted.
No kidding! Really? Well, which one?
Part 1, found in the community center archives.
Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. One data pad's enough to guide me down my newfound path. Just remember, I got something saved for you if you find me all 3.
Hold on, I got more for you.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Part 2, found it in the cannery.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Hold on, got one more for you.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Part 3, someone stashed it away inside the old geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit. What's on your mind?
How long have you lived here?
Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
What were you doing in the wilderness?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go. Mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you. What's on your mind?
Anything else I ask him? Nope, that's it.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Reed sent me to make peace with you. Actually, is this your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
If I should manage to grow anything here.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Reed asked you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
My reasons are my own.
If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery. living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Miss Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Let's say help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
You think Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
That is stealing. Let's try to avoid doing that. Still.
Okay, keep him quiet.
Can Adelaide see me? Where is Adelaide? Because I need as many mag picks as I can find. That's all I wanted. Wanted the mag pick.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
Heh. Suspicious. Natural fertilizer? What does she mean by that? Always back in the corner. Yeah, maybe not. Like I said, I need them more than anybody else needs them.
You hungry? We got canid ribs. Canid flank, canid snout, too. Something I can help you with?
I'm told one of your numbers gone missing.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
What happened to the day she disappeared?
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Tell me a bit about Zoe.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her.
Was she acting strange before she disappeared?
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
So what was that about surprising Zoe?
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Can't you lend me that copy?
Not much of a chance, no. Mind if I ask why you're interested?
Zoe's living with marauders nearby. I need something to tempt her back to camp.
Zoe's living with marauders? Yeah, that sounds like the sort of sideways, brat-brained plan Zoe'd come up with. Yeah, it could be you're telling the truth. Or maybe you're trying to wheedle me into relinquishing my only copy of the Masked Marketeer. It's a collector's edition after all.
Look at my face. Do I look like I give a damn about your show?
Yeah, you're probably right. A true fan would have displayed a gleam in their eye upon hearing the words collector's edition. Here you go. Latest copy of the Masked Marketeer. Tell Zoe we're all waiting on her.
I got more questions about Zoe, I think.
I'll help if I can. Hey, I got time.
I think that's it. Was that every building? I suppose I should give it another once-over. But I think that is everything. Well, there's the building up there. This has got to be the power plant that they're using. Those are locked buildings. So that's into the power plant. I can just yoink it right now. There's the workbench. Nothing. Why does no one have 3G brew? Seriously. It's the best kind. Alright, let's talk to Adelaide. We know she's using some natural fertilizer. Let's see if we can get a little bit more information out of her.
Anything else I can do for you?
When we first saw you, assumed I'd come to live here.
I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are.
I don't imagine you get a lot of visitors.
My dear, we are all visitors in a momentary universe. Our lives flicker in and out like the guttering of a flame. Here now, then gone. Me and mine are just carrying on as best we can, trying to live our lives in a way that does not feel wasted.
So why are you telling me all this?
A little prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life.
Reed's making an offer in good faith. You should consider it.
If you think Reed does anything in good faith, then you are asking to be lied to.
You and Reed obviously have some sort of history.
That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna? That was all me.
That's obviously more to it than that.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
I'm guessing Reed has his own side of this story, right?
I could not possibly care less if he does, but you're surely welcome to ask him.
Now, Zoe. Yeah, I'll have to check that place again. Maybe I can find the body of security chief. Alright, in that case then, we need to head over there. Talk to Zoe.
You're fast.
What I wouldn't do for a Wentworth.
I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Go back to camp. Stefan told me about your favorite cereal.
So you tracked me down just to gab about the mass marketeer? I am impressed.
Got it here. You already promised to go back. I think Stefan wanted to watch you with him.
I see what's going on here. I'm being bribed. Well, it's working. I can't say no to my favorite cereal. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Let's check out the cemetery. See if we can't find out more information about the guy, or talk to Reed. One of the two.
What is it?
Talk Zoe into coming back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
She joined up with a band of marauders. They hadn't hurt her.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
How is my reputation doing? Really? I'm revered by the deserters, but only friendly with Spacer's Choice. Interesting. Well, I still can't get into that. How close am I to leveling up? Pretty close. Alright. Well, let's do a bit more talking and see if we can't find out more information.
Something I can do for you?
Got a question
Yeah?
for you. No. So, trying to see if there might be something I can dig up, pun intended, in the graveyard, but I'm not really seeing any indication of like a disturbed grave or I don't know. That's a big graveyard, though. Alright, let's talk to Reed, see if we can get anything out of Reed. Didn't he say the body was missing?
What can I do for you? Go ahead.
Yeah, well. Katina, Cannery, Halcyon. cannery.
My offer remains standing should you reconsider.
I want to talk to you about something.
Go ahead.
We need to have a word about this plague.
Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up.
You withhold medicine from your own workers.
If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose.
You let Adelaide's son die.
Adelaide's son was barely competent. I treat him with our medical rations, and it looks like I'm playing favorites. Now, I will not pretend to understand the suffering Adelaide must have felt on account of losing her child, but she is not the only one to have felt such suffering. I wish she had stayed with us. Adelaide left us when we needed her most.
How long has this plague been happening?
That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent.
You should have developed an immunity to repeated exposure to a single strain of a contagion.
Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude. And it is one we will see through to the end. Go ahead.
You seem pretty fixated on bringing Adelaide back.
Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors, borderline inedible.
Don't you people eat anything other than salt tuna?
Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with Saltuna galore. No other brand of Saltuna adds as much vim or vigor to the body's humors. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, Saltuna is hard to come by. What with being a species indigenous to the seas of another world.
So, what are you canning exactly?
Oh, we've scavenged together some organic material from the surrounding environs. Mostly organic, mostly local mushrooms. Some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of Saltuna. The difference is all but impossible to detect to any but the prissiest of palate. Go ahead.
Have you taken a look around your town lately?
It is my job to keep 2 eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place, and this is my watch post.
Your town is falling to pieces.
I wish you wouldn't say things like that.
Doesn't make it any less true?
I expect you wouldn't understand. You don't see the town as I do. When I stand at my window and look out over my town, here's what I see. I see decent, loyal, hard-working people. I see a family. We are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. We are all doing what we were brought into this world to do.
How long have you worked here?
I'm trying to remember 25 years, 26. When you get to my age, the years just rush by. You stop counting altogether. I remember looking out this window and seeing the veils spread out from horizon to horizon. We were a sprawling town. We were booming. Times change, people change, but the veil will always be here. Spacer's Choice will always be here. Our work won't ever end. I take comfort in that.
You're loyal to Spacer's Choice?
This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. The company keeps us warm, keeps us fed, keeps us working. Loyalty's got nothing to do with it, friend. This is good old-fashioned gratitude. Go ahead.
What makes you think I can convince those deserters to come back?
That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the people of Edgewater, you see. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaws and return to town.
I'll let people move on. Don't blame yourself.
I must. The burden of leadership is responsibility. If my workers walked out on Edgewater, then I have failed them. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our shoulders and carry on.
You and Adelaide have a personal history, don't you?
Losing Adelaide was the hardest. She was our only flavor specialist. When she walked away, I knew we were in trouble. Spacer's Choice Saltuna is renowned across the system for its quality flavors and additives. We used to sell citrus-flavored Saltuna in our heyday. Ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced to selling unflavored and spearmint.
Well, again, I'm trying to find some information on what her organic fertilizer is made out of, because that's got to be useful. If it's the only place it's growing actual plants, or maybe some information on her son, so I don't know. We already checked that. I'm at a loss. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get any more out of those two. Alright. The only lead I had, because it's weird, because they mentioned the gold teeth. The gold teeth were part of a quest, but like, there's nothing going on with the gold teeth. Alright. Let's see if we can find the Chief of Security. I could get in here now, though.
Dang, that's impressive.
Promising. machine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still can't get in there. I may regret this.
Wow, you got that?
Planned worker. Come on, where are you, Chief of Security? No? Alright, so then, how do I get in there? They're now targeting each other. Ah. There. Ooh.
Reminder, please pay your gravesite fees.
I'm ready for this. Wow, not even a scratch.
Shut off steam release valves. That'll be useful. Over here. Scientist. Is this just the other side of the door, isn't it? And that's just swinging around here. I still haven't found the logic module.
Unexpected noise identified. Searching
Incoming! Not even a scratch.
Nope. Come on, where are you, security officer? Alright. Maybe Kincaid can help me?
What's eating you? The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Forgot what you were gonna say? Me too.
I'm not sure I'm going to get to the logic board. This is frustrating. I must have missed a body somewhere. I mean, I've opened everything up, so... Yeah, I just can't open that one.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
Tell me your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
He tells me Edgewater's going to die without workers in power.
That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
That's fine.
I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Don't worry, we're not shutting it off just yet. I'm trying to say, though... Yeah, redirect power, isn't it? I want that... I want to get into that room and get the damn logic module before I finish what is obviously the main quest. But I am so at a loss on how to get into that room because I do not have the skill and I do not think I can level up enough. I mean, logically, it should be here. So where the heck is the ID card? I may need to hit up Google for this. Let's see. It is the storeroom idea. Geothermal plant. Yes, I have passed it literally a dozen times. I am an idiot. I have run past it 40 million times. This is where it was. So much for my looting skills. How could I miss something that obvious? I know, you and the audience must have been tearing your hair out like, it's right there! It's right there! Yeah, I'm an idiot. I loot everything that's not bolted down. And the one case when I need to find something that's not bolted down, I'm a complete idiot. Yep, that's on me. Well, screw it. As long as I'm doing one thing with Google, I might as well figure out... Let's see. Where the heck the gold teeth are? Yeah, my looting foo is weak in this game apparently, because I just looked up where the gold teeth are. And again, it should have been something I should have easily been able to find. But I didn't. Good grief. Because I knew there's something about organic fertilizer here. Of course. Yeah, my looting foo is terrible. My looting foo is absolutely terrible. This is McDivitt. Come back here.
I'm listening.
You may want to tell me where these gold teeth are from.
Haven't you ever seen a novelty paperweight?
Your left eye switching when you're trying to lie.
Whatever absurd accusations you have churning about in your mind, I assure you I have heard them all.
Might be this guy I heard about. Someone named Eugene. He had gold teeth.
I remember a Eugene. Pleasant enough boy. Whatever happened to him?
From the looks of it, you killed him.
Do I look physically capable of harming anyone? I did nothing wrong. The teeth were harvested from a body that went cold long before my tools ever touched it. Gold does not decompose. The teeth had to be removed. And while I am no licensed dentist, I should think I did a fair job of it.
You're using decomposing bodies to fortify the soil and help your crops grow?
I cannot tell you how refreshing it is to converse with a rational mind. That's exactly right. Rot is necessary for life. A corpse is bursting with the nutrients a young sapling craves. The crops I grow here are natural, nutritious, healthy. My garden does more than fill the bellies of my flock. It keeps them from falling ill.
You seem pretty calm for someone who just admitted to grinding up corpses for fertilizer.
The Vale's barren. Been that way for years. Soil's been sterile about as long as I can remember.
Yeah, but we're talking about people here.
We are talking about organic compounds once inhabited by a sentient mind. A person lasts only until the last synapse burns out, the last brainwave flickers into the void. What remains is a carcass moldering neath the soil. Decomposition is a natural process, essential to new life. All life feeds on other life.
You've been quiet, Pavard. Do you have an opinion? She's using your friends for fertilizer.
Oh, I don't know. If it was me, I'd be glad to volunteer. Keeping others alive, that'd be a beautiful gift to leave. But none of the folk you used had a say. You didn't ask, ma'am. And what about my dad? I talk to his grave every Saturday. Is he even there?
Robert is just where you left him, dear. He died too long ago. By now, he's naught but a skeleton.
I need to think about this.
Whatever you say, my dear.
Let's talk about something else.
I'm listening.
This might sound strange, but I don't know where the heck I am.
That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. The world can seem like a forest without end, and it is all too easy to lose one's way. But we must remember that being lost is the first step in discovering yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely cutting your power. No, ma'am, I don't know exactly where I am.
This is the old botanical lab, in Emerald Vale, on Terra 2. By the look on your face, I'm guessing you're not quite following me. Are you not feeling well? Ought to lay your head down if you're running fever.
I'm just getting my bearings. My pod landed not far from
Are
here.
you talking about an escape pod of some sort? Where did you say you were from?
I didn't say. I didn't say. I arrived here from Earth.
I could do without the mockery. If you don't want to tell me where you're from, that's fine by me.
Just told you, Earth. You really don't believe me.
Oh dear. I see what's happening. You've been taking Adrena time. That stuff will burn right through your upper story. Leave you raving and babbling. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't cure what ails you, but it will distract you for a spell.
Well, I got the two big questions answered. Let's go back to Ludwig. Let's see, yes. Edgewater landing pad. Where are you, Ludwig?
Bring us honor, soldier.
I found a logic module.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it, then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple of bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. That is definitely something I needed. Well, I don't need the lockpick now, let's be honest. But I think I definitely need to keep investing in my dialogue skills at this point. Now, let's see if we can't handle the graveyard guy. The golden teeth now.
Something I can do for you?
You were wondering what happened to Eugene? I found his teeth.
Oh, law. Don't tell me. Marauders were serving his body as the centerpiece in their vile feasts. Did they stick a mock apple in his mouth?
Yeah, but I took care of them. Grizzly business. You want to buy the teeth?
Still in good condition? I could always ask Conrad to have them installed.
Installed?
Eugene's teeth were handed down the generations. And my old chompers ain't getting any prettier.
Well, thanks for your business, I guess. Spacer's choice reputation? I mean, at this point, I've done everything I can do, right? No point avoiding it any longer. Alright, Pavati, let's just do this thing. We've been putting it off long enough. I am going around in circles, aren't I?
What happened? Sprat fell into a transformer again?
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
Reed needs his people back.
You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
I can deal with Reed.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
He isn't just going to leave his post. I need some help convincing him.
Tell him what I have already told you. That I know the secret to bringing life back to the soil. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
What happens when you run out of corpses?
Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
Alright, fine. Before I grab the power regulator, I will talk to Thomas and gang.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead.
No, it's my fault. You won't survive without power, just go back to Edgewater.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again.
So don't work at the cannery. You wanted to be an engineer. I got you the skill
You know
books.
something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her.
Stay put. I'm gonna try and talk Reed into stepping down.
You know where to find me. What's on your mind?
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand.
Go back to Edgewater.
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
Thomas told me the same thing.
Edgewater's not just a town to Adelaide. It's a symbol of everything that's wrong with this colony. A big, heartless machine of metal and gears grinding workers down to dust. We're the closest thing Adelaide's got to a family. We go back to Edgewater, she's gonna feel betrayed.
I'm gonna go talk to Reed, okay?
Sure. Suit yourself. I'll be here.
Now, where are you, Reed? Or where would you be? You would be in the big building, won't you?
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Something got you down?
He's up there, but how do I get up there? Let's talk, Mr. Reed.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Delivered your message, but haven't convinced Adelaide to come back.
I expected as much. I've been thinking about it. I could use Adelaide back, but if she's being obstinate, try to talk her followers into returning. We need the extra hands.
She won't be back as long as you're here.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town.
This town is terrified of the plague. Abernathy asked me to steal medicine for him.
I am not without compassion for Abernathy's predicament, but the plague has taken a hard toll on us all. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
You know, Adelaide's people aren't getting sick with the plague.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
Have you people ever eaten an actual vegetable?
The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat saltuna here, and only saltuna.
I know. You fill your cans with anything you can salvage. It's not healthy.
Health is a state of mind, friend. Afflictions in one's body are reflections of afflictions in one's work ethic and attitude. Now listen, I do not know what pretty rhetoric Adelaide has fed you, but plagues are a simple fact of life.
Adelaide's found a way to grow food. You can come back if you step down.
You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Look, Reed, all you need to know is it involves some really complicated math, and it works.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
You don't have to do this, you know.
I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend a crop. She's what this town needs.
It can't be easy for you.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
So what's your plans?
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
You won't last a day outside the walls. You know that, right?
I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week.
Take care. Lots of going back and forth. All right. For all this back and forth, Adelaide, I'm looting your place. Everything that isn't bolted down.
The snakes come back.
Talked Reed into leaving. Come back to Edgewater already.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Edgewater's better off with you running the place anyway.
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted.
Yeah, I am.
I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Take care. Got my power regulator. I still consider stealing, isn't it? But is there anybody here? Like I said, I'm looting everything that isn't nailed down. Adelaide.
Wish I could do that.
Wow, I am stuck on something. Ah, sealed. Alright.
Adelaide's okay.
I'm not in the lightest of humors right now.
Adelaide's agreed to go back to Edgewater.
Didn't think she'd go back so long as Reed was still running the place. Something must have changed. If Adelaide's going back to Edgewater, we'll follow her.
Where are you? We're here?
I'm glad Adelaide's coming back to town with us. With Reed gone, we're gonna need her leadership.
Actually, what does my thing look like? Stranger in Strange Land. Completed. Return to the Unreliable. Okay. That's all I've got left to do. Like I said, Adelaide, I'm looting your place from stem to stern. And with everybody outside, no one will see it. Sealed, sealed. 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 It's gonna open. Sealed.
I need some time to gather my personals.
Where are you? You didn't see a thing. I think that's it. Alright.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
I can understand not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
You just met me. Why would you want to go into space with a stranger?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Edgewater was on the verge of collapse before you showed up. You sent them power, and now the town might see another season. And you talked Miss McDevitt into coming back to town. Maybe one day, Edgewater will have a garden where that cannery once stood. You ain't exactly a stranger anymore. You've done some kindness hereabouts. I wouldn't mind following somebody like that.
Go ahead, pick a cabin.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
And we've also got a vicar, I think.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I'll be back. Come on, Pavati. Gonna regret? Nope.
What can I do for you, Captain?
It's
All
installed.
systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Go ahead. You can almost say it's semi-reliable now.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Oh, that's psychopath. Good. This better be quick.
Based on my initial calculations of Dr. Wells's personality, that seems highly unlikely.
Ah, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I'm feeling a bit lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
Yeah, I'm with you,
What you
Ada.
saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Can't I just land somewhere outside Stellar Bay?
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Kelly.
That sounds like a challenge. So what's just stopped me from leaving Halcyon altogether?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope.
So, something about a nav key to land on Monarch?
Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
Right, the black marketeer.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
I don't like the idea of working with a criminal. Double entendre.
Criminals? Goodness, no. Smuggling is a perfectly legitimate business venture. If misappropriating board property is a crime, well then, throw me in Tartarus.
I'll make sure of it.
Plenty of ways to make money in Halcyon, you know. Not all are above board. Oh, above board, above the Halcyon board. Get it?
Hilarious.
Ah, well, sophisticated humor, puns. Appreciation of puns is a sign of advanced intellect, you know.
I'll have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
You want to explain what it does?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the Holographic Shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
And people will fall for this? Seems far-fetched.
Ha 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 ha! The beauty is they don't expect it. The Shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act out. They won't focus on you.
And its limitations?
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Why do I need a gadget like this? Couldn't I just steal a uniform or something?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
How the hell does a hologram sweeten my breath?
Science, that's how.
I'll put it to good use.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it.
You might want to consider changing your clothes more often. I've shut off the visual feed from my ocular inputs in the captain's quarters, so you're free to disrobe whenever you'd like.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I trust you about that.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
What do you think about the auto-mechanical gathering dust in the janitor's closet?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? How can I be of assistance? May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it. Make yourself at home, Captain.
And I think this is a good spot to end it, but let's see. I primarily want to head back to Terra 2, Edgewater.
Orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
And just see if there's anything new for next session, technically.
We'll be here, Captain. Or will we? Haha. Just... a little joke.
Yeah, let's go. More tactical time dilation.
Got my sights on you.
Yeah, that still counts as stealing, doesn't it? trying to find the foreman. Because, you know, only named character. Okay then. Just grab the power regulator, have two. That might be a bit overkill. How the heck do I get in there? Also, where the heck is the foreman? Oh well. Yes, talk to Adelaide?
Time changes all things. Even Reed's stranglehold over Edgewater must inevitably yield to the attrition of time.
Now it's Reed's gone. What you gonna do?
Start anew? Edgewater will become the town it was meant to be. A place where we live in harmony with the world. Where none of us writhe under the whips of corporate masters. A place where all are welcome. Except for Reed's supporters, of course.
And your garden?
The garden will bloom anew. I have plans to transform the old cannery into a nursery, with crops enough to feed a town.
And the plague?
Saltuna was making the town sick. From now on, if anybody's hungry, they may feast from the bounty of the soil.
And the corpses?
But of course. And now we have a whole cemetery to ourselves.
I mean, I guess the only other place to really give a quick check to would be the constabulary. Maybe talk in the general store, see if they have anything to say.
Work your jaw on some Spacer's Chaw.
I hear Reed's leaving town.
Town's been humming with power. Somebody must have been down in the old plant.
Barbershop, maybe?
What can I do for you?
Nope. Nobody got really anything new to say. There's OSI.
Another day at the cannery.
Where is the constabulary?
You think corporate's ever gonna get it?
Over here.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing.
I've got nothing on my bounty board. That's a good feeling.
Alright. I guess there really isn't anything else to do here. Alright. We'll figure out what we're going to do on Groundbreaker next time. Alright, folks. See you next time. Where is it? OBS.